Coming soon to video cassette.
I was 21. The first time I met him, I couldn't believe he liked me. Little did I know I was about to encounter 50 Shades of Bane. Hi, I'm Anastasia. I'm Mr. Bane's new assistant.
Yeah. Okay. Well, his office is down there.
Thanks.
Yeah, righto.
Enter.
Mr. Bane, I'm Anna.
Excellent. Do you know how to make prison wine?
My first week went fine, but in the second week, the strangest things happened.
Excuse me, my dear. I am here to see Bane.
Oh, very well. And your name, sir?
My name is Bane. And this is my manservant, Bane.
Bane.
Yes, I said Bane.
You're
I
both called Bane?
Yes,
Bane.
yes, we're both Bane.
Are you all family?
No. I am the only real Bane.
Bane.
Bane?
Bane.
Bane?
Bane.
Bane?
Bane.
Bane.
Okay, now that we have the formalities out of the way, come in.
You are a dirty, lying bastard. There is no way you used this pile of equipment to take out Batman. You, Bane.
Bane.
No, not you, Bane. You, Bane, are a fucking liar.
How am I a liar?
You're trying to tell me that you took Batman down with the following: a paddle for smacking bottoms, an erotic head massager, a 19-inch black rubber dildo,
Bane.
a small cat of nine tails, and a butt plug. And you broke the Batman with these things.
See? Yes? What is your problem?
You are a liar. Do you know how I know that? Gotham is not in ashes. Therefore, he did not have permission to die.
I never said I killed him. I said I broke him.
How did you do this, Bane?
Bane.
No, how did you do this, Bane?
Bane.
No, not... Will you shut up, you love child of Shrek, the Grinch, and some sort of demented honey badger? I'm talking to this Bane.
Well, to be completely honest, I wasn't sure myself. I had to recruit Selena Kyle, you know the Catwoman?
Ah, the Catwoman. She once hit me with a motorcycle. It was the furthest I've ever got with a woman.
Yes, very simple. Well, she helped out. She got him into the bed, naked.
She was naked or he was naked?
Why not both?
Did he take the cowl off?
No. I don't need to know who the man is. I already know who the man is.
Oh, yes, so do I.
No, you don't. You're an idiot. It took you 3.5 hours of that crap movie you were in.
No. It took him 3.5 hours to get out of my pit.
Like every other man you've had in your pit. You're talking to me about my weird obsession?
Look,
You're filling your pit with men.
The rumors
However-
about me and Bane are mistaken.
Bane.
You lying bastard.
Look, you're the one with the obsession with your pit and filling it with men. That's fine.
If you want me
All
to
I'm saying is I broke the bat with Selena Kyle. I had to... Easy.
How did you use this black cock? How?
Well, it's pretty simple. Okay? You put the ball gag in the mouth.
Oh, here we go with the ball gag.
You put the butt plug in the butt, and you beat them around the neck with the 19-inch black rubber cock.
Why did you not kill the Batman?
Because I don't need him dead. What else am I gonna do
Oh,
with my time?
Bane, if I were to take Batman on with all of this, I would kill him. I would make him watch Gotham turn to ashes, and then I would kill him. All of this arguing is making me angry. Can we get some coffee, please?
Ah, fine. Anastasia!
Now, as I was saying, I would strap him to a table saw. There would be none of these cat of nine tables. And
No, you
no
need the cat of
butt
nine
plugs.
tables. You whip him on the back.
I'm not trying to massage him, Bane. I'm trying
Anastasia,
to
how are
break
you
him.
with the coffee?
Bane.
I'm trying
Simple.
to break him. Bane,
You
Bane,
strap-
Bane,
you-
talk some sense into Bane and tell Bane
Bane.
what Bane would do to break Batman.
Bane.
That's disgusting. I quit.
Anastasia, please, come back.
Wait,
Bane.
why is she taking the butt plug?
Look, she threw it in. Apparently it's part of a package. I told her to get whips and chains to tie him down. She comes back with this. I work with what I've got, all right? She was...
Why does the black cock say property of Bane 2001?
Well, that's not mine.
It's not mine.
Bane.
That explains this man.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of day you've taken to join us here from the Batcave. We thank you on behalf of myself, Red Thunder Adam Gerard, and my cohorts in crime, the Latin Lothario himself, Honey Badger Terry O'Neill,
Hola, buenos dias, buenas noches.
and the man who does it for the lovers because he's all about spreading the love like Cupid with a lava lamp, the dad, Night Braden Ahern.
Mwah.
Well, gentlemen, welcome to the cave for another week. I've tried to spruce it up a little bit, put a little bit of love heart on it. We've got a red carpet. Oh no, I say red. It's a heart-shaped carpet made of red. Red out. There's
Shag.
fairy bread.
That was I feel the love from that.
The love hearts, and if you pick them up, they say weird things like
Your anus smells lovely. I got that one.
you didn't find I can really walk. I don't need this wheelchair.
No, I didn't find that one.
Yeah, that's
I think
disappointing.
Brain's got that one.
Yeah, that's Danny.
Yeah,
Yeah?
there you go. Yeah,
Oh, that's okay then. Phew.
yeah.
And,
we feed the speaker a couple of times.
And let me ask you, are you excited about there's a big release this week in the cinemas? We just heard the preview for it.
Yeah, we did.
Are you excited for 50 Shades of Bane?
Phenomenally excited.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's got the real Bane, it's got the fake Bane and the bad Bane.
Mm.
So it's good, the bad, and the ugly. It's good. So I'm
And it's got a female in it.
yeah, thank God. Otherwise, it'd be a different sort of 50 Shades of Bane.
That's
Bane
true.
sandwich.
And yet, at the same time,
Bane Sam.
a Bane sandwich. Sir Bane's a lot. Oh, God.
All right.
I really should get that filter checked out between my brain and my mouth some days.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I wouldn't fit in here anymore.
You don't fit in to begin with. Don't worry about it.
This is true.
You're a loner, a maverick. Society can't define you with its rules.
I'm a lone wolf that found two other lone wolves, and we've made a
We've
lone
made a
wolf
wolf pack. I knew on that day that I'd added one more member to my wolf pack.
I want to talk about something.
All right.
I'd like to say something that I've prepared tonight.
All right. Alan.
Hello. How about that ride in? I guess that's why they call it Sin City. You guys might not know this, but I consider myself a bit of a loner. I tend to think of myself as a one-man wolf pack. But when my sister brought Doug home, I knew he was one of my own. And my wolf pack, it grew by one. So there were two of us in the wolf pack, I was alone first in the pack, and then Doug joined in later. And 6 months ago, when Doug introduced me to you guys, I thought, wait a second, could it be? And now I know for sure I just added 2 more guys to my wolf pack.
All right.
4 of us wolves running around the desert together in Las Vegas, looking for strippers and cocaine. So tonight, I make a toast.
What? What do you got there?
Oh, worst third meal.
All right, well, it's Valentine's Day coming up, gentlemen, and I'm sure you're all feeling the love. We know Braden's felt the love at least twice. Are we doing anything special for Valentine's Day? We're not us together, obviously.
Well, I should probably return that gift then.
Is it the butt plug from 50 Shades of Bane?
No, it's the ball gag. Zed's dead, baby. Zed's dead. No, my little sister's decided to have her 21st party on Valentine's Day. So
Man, that nearly got really creepy for a minute there. I was like, where is Terry about to like totally turn heel on this show? He's about to go back. All right, what's going on here?
No, she decided to have her birthday party on Valentine's Day.
So she just doesn't want any females to go to it?
No, there are females going, apparently.
Yeah, single ones?
Yeah, pretty much. And what's really funny, I'm going and Senor Bang is going too. And
Gee, I wonder what he'll be doing that night. Sorry, let me rephrase that. I wonder who he'll be doing that night.
Oh, yeah. The limits are going to be tested. And no, he said it's going to be like the old times. I'm like, no, not like the old times. He's like, relive the glory, Terry. Okay, we'll relive the glory.
Man, be wingman. You might need to jump on a grenade for him. Just make sure if there's a blonde chick who looks like she's kind of hot but might be like psychotic and live in a like house that's behind a clock face, just get him away. Because that bitch is gonna go crazy.
No, he needs that in his life. But yeah, that's my Valentine's Day. It's celebrating my sister's birthday. But my missus being the good missus she is. A couple of days ago, I was playing on the computer, playing a bit of League.
With yourself?
No, it's an online game.
Yeah.
And I hear that she calls my name. I'm like, yes. What do you want? She goes, no, come out, dinner, go out. And there's she's done like the rose petals on the table and the candles. Just pour me a bourbon and Coke.
Get it out.
Yeah.
Sugar.
I couldn't walk the next day, so I'm good.
And that explains the gigantic black cock.
Yes, that's the 16-inch black rubber cock.
Sorry, Braden, what did you say? We're making you look bad.
Yeah, you're making me look bad. I can't let my missus listen to this episode.
No, that's what my missus did for me.
If it makes you feel any better,
okay, well,
yeah,
then you
maybe you should,
look bad.
Braden. Get her to
Sorry?
get her to listen and get her to know her role.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
And you can turn around and say, at least I'm not like this scumbag Terry.
Yeah. Well, see, the president and I, we have a tradition because I like to compartmentalize things because I'm quite structured and I don't forget things. So I like our first date was on Valentine's Day. See, that way you can't forget that later on. But it actually becomes a pain in the ass because we don't want to actually go out on our anniversary because it's Valentine's Day. But we do have a tradition where
You have
for Valentine's Day we
That glorious one night a year.
that's my birthday. We each try to get each other the worst possible gift.
Oh,
Valentine's
nice.
Day. And
Nice.
I've won this year.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say what it is because she's in the house and I'm talking into a microphone.
Yeah.
We'll put it in the comments
Yeah.
tomorrow for all the fans at home.
All right.
But I've won.
Is it a dry turd?
Oh, I found something that literally, if you took the Valentine's Day packaging off of it,
Yeah.
you would be like, how is this Valentine's? And that's why I bought it. I was like, literally, I went to the shops and I walked around I saw it within maybe the first 10 minutes. and
Oh,
I'm
the
like,
worst Valentine's Day themed gift.
Yeah.
Ah, right, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Not just the worst gift imaginable.
Yeah, it has to be within the parameters. This is meant to be marketed towards Valentine's Day.
Right. Yeah.
Like go on the worst gift scavenger hunt. See what you can
Okay,
find.
cool.
So yeah, I went around the whole shops, did not find a single thing. Like I'm like, that's crap. Like that's ridiculous. That's crap.
Yeah.
That's why is that Valentine's? But this
Yeah.
thing, nothing else. I was like, this is brilliantly mental.
Yeah. Oh, what was
So
it?
I won.
I was driving past on the main drags down in where I live. I refer to it as Bloodhaven because it's about that bad. I drive past a sex shop and they've all got the 50 Shades of Grey advertising.
Yep.
Like, live the movie, and there's butt plugs and stuff. I'm like, well, what if The president's got you a butt plug.
What am I going to do with 3 of them?
Well, one up the urethra, and 2 in each nasal cavity.
If that's if you think that's like if that's all you're putting up your urethra, like you're doing it wrong. Okay, so I just recommend.
I'm living a half-life.
Not even a half-life. You're living. You're a eunuch at this point. Well, yeah, all right. That's what I'm doing. What are you doing, Braden?
Oh, we'll probably just wing it. We haven't planned anything, but I would imagine that it'll end up just being sitting on the couch, watching TV, and hearing about how bad I am the following day.
So you live in the Australian dream then?
Man,
Yep.
like, you watch TV and you see married people and you're like, that can't be what it's actually like. And then you hear it and you're like, wow, it really is.
Yep. And he's not even, like, me and Braden aren't even married to our partners yet, and it's on the way. He's probably about our Bundy stage right now.
Yeah, that's what I have in my mind is Braden when he comes home, sits on the couch, one hand in the pants, just handing out like a piece of cash to all the kids. Just looking like fucking like...
Just take it.
And then like Kalia comes in and she's all like, you know, you did take me out for Valentine's Day, and he's like, Peg, I'm in time. Work all day. I don't have time for this. I'm gonna go record my podcast.
Spot on.
Yeah, was that a good day in the life of?
Pretty much.
It's pretty accurate, actually.
Man, you guys lead exciting lives. You'd like to know what I do with my day?
Masturbate. Chronically.
Well, thanks for ruining my story, Terry. I guess we're on to This Week on TV.
My name is Oliver Queen. After 5 years in hell, I have come home with only one goal: to save my city. To the rest of Starling City, I am someone else. I am something else.
My name is Barry Allen, and I am the fastest man alive. A friend recently gave me the idea for a new name, and something tells me it's gonna catch on.
James Gordon. Alfred Pennyworth. We're gonna get the guy that did this, sir. New boy, are ya? You'd say. Good luck, mate.
All right, well, we started off with Gotham, and this week's Gotham was called The Scarecrow, so you can take a guess at what it was about.
Pants.
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 Good guess.
Excellent.
But wrong as usual. No, this one was about continuation from last week. Now, the cops are still chasing down Dr. Gerald Crane, who's hid out somewhere with his son Jonathan, as he experiments to try to remove fear from himself. He successfully removes it from himself, but while he's in the process of trying to remove it from Jonathan, the cops eventually track him down, show up, bust in on where he is, and he's rushed to give a super injection to Jonathan, which ultimately drives him insane and means that at all waking hours of the day, he sees a scarecrow coming at him, attacking him, and the doctors aren't sure whether or not it will be permanent going forward. Other things that happened in the episode. Fish Mooney was locked in her underground cage of a prison and eventually killed the boss and took over, well, I say killed the boss, of the prisoners, so like prison guard style boss. Went up to the, like you kind of do on the first day of school, you go up and kick the big guy in the nuts. She went up and she shanked the guy.
In the neck.
Yeah, and took over and then found out that she's in a prison where people are being used as human organ harvesting.
Yep.
Devices, I guess you would call them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where we left her. And finally, Falcone and Maroney, which sounds like the shittiest comedy of all time. And join in now for Falcone and Maroney. Falcone and Maroney decide to have a little chat about Oswald and what they're going to do, and eventually they agree that the debt will be subsided for $200,000, and the fact that Falcone got Maroney, the judge who's put away most of his men, and basically has him imprisoned, ready for them to torture and kill. To bond over and hug it out, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like a sociopathics AA meeting, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely.
This led to Maroney then turning up at what is now Oswald's club. as he's officially rebranded on his opening night, and congratulating the Penguin on his club and telling him that all things were sorted out between him and Falcone. However, he'd better hope the old man never dies, because if he does, Penguin's next. And that was Gotham this week. What did you guys think?
It's actually, it's gotten to the point with me where something's going to have like really hardcore for me to shock me with it, because it's that same consistent good shit every time. It's almost I enjoy watching it, but at the same time, you can always go, oh, it's going to be just as good as last week. It's going to be better. Because with the story arc they're on now...
the thing is with it, there's just that much going on. It's hard to see what the point of the season is going to be.
Yeah.
It's quite hard.
It's got lost because it seemed like the point of the season was to catch whoever killed the Waynes, but then it's, I think, about like 8 episodes in, the writers were like, oh shit, we're doing more than one season. Fuck. All right, well, this guy wants to kill the Penguin. Go.
Do that. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. It's because it's that sort of show's fledgling season. Like you said, like the first 8 episodes were like treading water, being very firm of where they're going. It wouldn't surprise me if they actually kept Fish Mooney on for a second season now, because she would have actually had a strong independent woman fan base built, because that is exactly what she is. So they're probably actually going to flesh that out. So I wouldn't be surprised if she was meant to be killed off a couple of episodes ago.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden she's got this fan base where either she's inspiring people or she embodies that strength.
Yeah.
Either that or they've realised they don't have anyone else they can kill off.
Yeah, this is true. So, like, if you kill off Fish Mooney, you can't really kill off anyone else, really, until you actually introduce more
I think
characters.
Maroney is going to die. Because Sal Maroni is normally, like, I've noticed something in the comics. There is Salvador Sal Maroni, but then there are other dudes who, like, the Sal is in the, kind of like, you know how, this is my guy Bugsy. Yeah, Sal is the Don.
Yeah.
And so I'm wondering if ultimately that's not the person, like, Penguin's big moment is
Killer Maroni.
Could be.
Yeah,
and
maybe.
then, so he takes over for a little while, but, you know, Maroni's going to have kids or nephews or some shit.
Yep.
And that becomes the actual Maroni.
Sal. Yeah.
If that
because,
makes sense.
Yeah, in the cartoons, video games, all that sort of stuff, all the villains are always at the same sort of age, plus minus maybe 8 years.
Except for, they've got Falcone right, he is normally...
He's normally quite old.
He's normally much older, and in this, to me, he feels like he's in maybe his 60s.
Yeah.
Which means it would make sense for him to be in his maybe late 50s sort of thing.
Yeah.
It would make sense for him to be in his late 70s, early 80s when we're in the time of Batman.
Yeah.
So he's the one that I look at, I'm like, I can't see how you kill him as easily.
No.
Plus, the other reason, just strictly from a breaking kayfabe on their show point for a moment.
Yeah.
The dude that plays Maroni, Batista from Dexter.
Yeah.
Is only labelled each week as a special guest star, whereas everybody else is a cast member.
Well, I mean, because his connection with Penguin has now pretty much been severed.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily mean he's going to get killed off. They sort of did the same thing with him in Dex for a little while. There was like a season where he was here and there, and his character was going through ups and downs, so they didn't really feel the need to put him in as much.
Yeah, it could well be right on that, actually.
That could be it. It could be as simple as that. He can go away for a while. He's still there in Gotham.
Yeah.
But, you know, now you've got Penguin starting to have a cash flow.
Yeah.
You're going to see him grow, the club grow. I'm kind of interested to see where it goes from Oswald's, if it goes to the Iceberg Lounge.
Yeah.
And when that happens. Because if that was his opening night, it was kind of a flop.
Yeah, I was quite disappointed.
I don't think it opened yet.
Oswald's instead of the Iceberg Lounge.
Yeah, I bet.
Really
But I mean, this isn't. He's not even the Penguin yet. Let's face it. He's just Penguin in derision, not the Penguin.
Yeah.
And I think there's a big difference. Same way that if we ever see Batman, we'll get a Batman who will just be Batman, not the Batman.
Yeah. Or just the Bat.
Yeah.
He hasn't embraced the title yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so I was, and plus I think that it was about an hour before opening still. Like Maroni showed up early.
Yeah, that's right.
That's why Penguin was still shuffling around and going like, no, this needs to happen and that needs to happen.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So it was just before. I like the 2 bits of imagery in this. I really like the fact that when Maroni intimidated Penguin, he overfilled his glass, and then this shot made it look like he pissed himself.
Yep.
That was great. And the other thing I loved was this introduction of Scarecrow was so perfect, because when you think about Scarecrow as a villain, and give me a moment to explain this. He's almost the antithesis of Batman, whereas Batman is Batman is strength and brains, and a good combination of both. But he attacks with his biggest strength, which is his muscle and size. Yeah. Crane is the same. Crane is a combination of, you know, this ability to think and move and all that, but he attacks with his serum and his mind, not so seeing the symbolism of the fact that they both watch their hero, their dad, get shot down.
Yep.
Granted, Scarecrow knows who did it, but then on top of that, he's also now haunted by this Scarecrow coming at him all the time, which then makes sense why for, you know, say the next 6-7 years while he's in probably Arkham getting put under control and whatever else, he will just be sitting there going Scarecrow, 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 so that when he finally is able to kind of become normalish and then, you know, say that he's rehabilitated in inverted commas and go out into the world and study his psychology and make his fear toxins, it makes sense why he always goes back to Scarecrow. Because much like Batman, I'm afraid of bats. I became what I embodied, what scares me the most so I can scare somebody else. Scarecrow's doing the same. It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. My hat goes off to them for that.
Cool.
So yeah, no, aside from that, this was a pretty solid episode. I feel it's not. But once again, I feel like this season is very much, we'll just give you the little prelude to every character before we start the chapter and everything. And so I just feel like I'm constantly in prologue mode where it's like, okay, like you say, Braden, it feels like the season is just lost where it's like, okay, where are we going? These are cool episodes to watch, but why am I watching it aside from the fact it's a good show?
Yeah, that's it.
Like, what is the...
There's no end game.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else to their Dad Night?
Yeah, Alfred in this once again, amazing.
Yeah.
I loved his little thing with Bruce there. Bruce like, how long were you there? He's like,
now?
An hour?
Ever since you fell down.
Yeah. When you started scraggling up the bottom of that hill. Steep. Jesus, you bastard.
Yeah, and then when Bruce is like, I'll stay here if you think you can handle it.
Yeah.
I can handle it. I've slept in worse places than this, mate.
You can really see their relationship, like as you have many times before, but you can really see the way he's sort of pushing him to being more, like a strong and
he's not his dad. That's the thing. Alfred's trying to make him a man without being his dad, and I think the only way he can think of do that is, well, I'll make him a soldier. Because he's treating him the same way that if he was training a soldier and a soldier fell down an embankment, it would be like, get yourself back up it. That's how you learn. And literally, that was the Christopher Nolan thing. Like what I always said, I was told in film class, rule 1 of scripting, show, don't tell. Bruce literally fell and learned to pick himself up. He didn't get told it in a message and we didn't get it drummed into us. We saw it happen. As opposed to that film where it was, he fell into the well, his dad saved him and said, you fall to pick yourself up. This Bruce just does it. And I love that about this Bruce, is that he's just like, he's becoming Batman. He really is.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It is.
But yeah, that's my view on Gotham this week.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think we're all in agreement. It's solid, but the season is getting a little bit lost.
Yeah,
we need an end game. We need to be shown some endings.
Yeah, we need to know something that's like what, or even the reason why are we tuning in for season 2?
Yeah.
Yep. You know, you've got to amp something up. I don't just want the last 5 seconds to be, surprise, here's Mr. Freeze. Join us next year.
Yeah, or something like the end of The Sopranos or something where it just fades to black. Yeah, whatever. I don't care anymore.
Because how many episodes are supposed to be in this season?
22 in this one and 22 in the next.
Yeah.
But I think it's one of those seasons where... What's that?
What episode was the one we just watched this week?
I want to say 13, 14.
Yeah, sounds very right.
So we're about half a month away.
Yep.
2.5 months away from the end.
Yep. So hopefully we get an end game soon.
Yeah, hopefully. All right. Anyway, let's continue on and let's go into Flash.
All right. So in a change of pace this week, we've got no villain of the week really.
Yeah,
it was refreshing. Instead we were treated to a seemingly almost developmental episode.
Yep.
The one that Red Thunder's been hanging for.
No,
one,
yeah, I was going to say.
But
easy.
It's just one of.
Easy on your hyperbole there.
Yeah. So it's one of the episodes that it was needed. It revolved around Ronnie Raymond and a fellow named Martin Stein. They both now known as Firestorm for a brief rundown. Team Flash endeavor to find a way to peel the two personalities from the one body using nuclear fission. Thus, the title of the Nuclear Man. Through twists and heartbreaking turns involving Martin Stein's beloved wife, a decision must be made, and we are shown that Martin would seem to be a man of substance, making an inconceivable decision that only he and Ronnie could make. Throughout this episode, we were gifted 3 other subplots revolving around Barry's new-found love interest, Linda Parks, and the ups and downs one has to face as a speedster, as Cisco not so subtly points out. Joe West and Cisco visit Barry's childhood home in hopes to discover new information in regard to Nora Allen's murder by the yellow speedster all those years ago. They're successful in discovering a bloodstain behind a piece of fresh wallpaper, revealing not one but 2 DNA matches, one being Barry's. The other plot being not so much a written one, it's more of a heartfelt one through brilliant acting on Danielle Panabaker's behalf, showing a fiancée whose life is once again slipping through her fingers. Man of the week for me for TV was Robbie Amell. I felt he did a fantastic job mimicking Victor Garber's movements and speaking patterns to actually sort of show that Martin Stein's personality is being held within
Martin Stein's brain is in control of Ronnie's body.
Yeah, and so
absolutely.
The way he carried himself throughout the whole episode was absolutely phenomenal and spot on. So I'm going to introduce a new segment today. I want to call it Barber of the Week. So we've got Man of TV. Barber of the Week I want to actually give to whoever, but for me this week, what really irked me was Iris on this episode. She is now jealous. You can see it. The way she acted when Linda actually came up and asked her a question about Barry irks me quite heavily. And maybe that's just through good script writing and good acting. But it's one of those things that just irks me. If you haven't seen the episode, watch the episode and you'll kind of get what I mean. You will call her a bitch.
I can understand that. Completely agree with you on that. What do you think of it, bro? You're the Flash enthusiast here.
Yeah.
What did you think?
It was a good solid episode. I'd have to agree completely with you about Robbie Amell mimicking Martin Stein.
Yeah,
that was amazing. Very good. I was actually a little bit worried about him when they announced him being in this. Then I was like, oh great, he's only got the job because he's Stephen Amell's cousin.
Yeah, that's what I thought, to be completely honest. Yeah.
Yeah, but he seems to be doing well.
He looks like Ronnie Raymond though.
He does.
He looks like Ronnie Raymond. He looks like Ronnie Raymond.
Yeah.
Like you pick up a comic, you're like, God damn.
Yeah. There was one point in this episode though where I was like, no, you cannot do that. You can't say that. Which was when Flash was at Martin Stein's wife's house. He rocked up when Firestormers turned up, and he calls out Martin Stein. He goes, I know you don't want to hurt anybody, but can you please not flame on? Yeah. I was like, no, you're not allowed to do that.
I heard that. I thought that was quite funny.
It was fun.
Yeah. But at the same time, it's like, oh, come on, man. That's the wrong company.
Yeah. I know. But no, it was a great
I think
episode.
they did that because they probably were trying to avoid saying going nuclear, because that was Wells' big thing, and the only other thing you could really say is if you could just avoid going nuclear.
Yeah.
See, what they could have done, I agree with you, Flame On was a bit cheap, but if you could have been like, if you could just avoid spontaneous combustion.
Yeah.
Of the head and hands.
Yeah. Have you noticed that none of his clothes burn?
I've got a theory on that.
No, there was one point, it might have even been during the flashback when he first come, where, I can't remember, there was one
point. The very
point,
first time where his jacket was
smoldering.
smouldering.
The back of his jacket was all burnt.
Yeah, but at the same time,
that was the only part.
The amount of time and the amount of heat and force that he would have.
He should have no clothes.
He would be naked.
I think they're leading towards that now that he's gone nuclear, because in the comics, Firestorm's top of his head is just it's just flame, and with a they used to draw it originally with just an atom.
Yeah.
This giant atom that would float above him.
Yeah.
Which I think was just meant to indicate to kids would be like, this dude is nuclear.
Yeah.
But because he hasn't had that hair, I don't think he's been Firestorm yet. And I think like the end of the episode with Eiling watching Ronnie explode and then saying, "Gentlemen, get me Firestorm," it makes me think that now, he's up until now he hasn't been Firestorm. Now he's Firestorm.
Yeah.
So.
Yep, that's fair. That's more than fair.
But yeah, no, I enjoyed this episode this week.
Yeah. Was Firestorm in the comics able to separate?
No, in the comics, what happens is when he first gets his powers, they're doing something very similar to what happened in the comics. He gets gifted with his powers, and they split the two of them apart.
Yeah.
And I can't remember what in the comics happens, but it's, they'll show something similar to what happens in next week's episode, where ultimately the two of them decide the world needs Firestorm.
Yeah.
So they put themselves back together, and they stay that way for a few years until, I can't remember who it is, but somebody literally splits them apart and kills Ronnie. And so Stein's kind of this entity that's floating around near death that latches onto this, I can't remember, what's the kid's name?
Johnny Rush.
Oh, latches onto Johnny Rush, and then you get the new Firestorm.
Yeah.
So, which I think we will get to eventually.
Yeah, Johnny was introduced, I think it was 2 or 3 episodes ago, as the young student that Catelyn saw.
Yeah.
So, and he actually looks like the new Firestorm as well, which is funny.
That's up. Yeah. Well, they know what they're leaning towards.
It's good. Like, the casting is solid.
They've obviously got
hiring.
They've got a plan. They've got a very good plan. That's why I think I get frustrated, because it's like you've got such a good plan and you're not. Like, for instance, this week, I bitch about Wells every week.
Yeah.
This week they actually did something really good with him, and it was as subtle as they normally do their other shit.
Yep.
It wasn't direct, but it just simply that moment where they were talking about Martin Stein wants to go home.
Yep.
And his home is where his wife is. His home is her, and he's like, men will, like, you'll do anything to get home. And considering he's talked about his dead wife, and we know that he's out of time, and the fact that he had the opportunity to pull out a gun and shoot Ronnie, and he chose not to. He chose instead to put the gun away and to take Caitlyn's advice and find a way to save him.
Yep.
Makes me think that he's not a complete killer.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I like that. And to me, it made me understand. Like in that moment, I'm just like, Wells is doing this because he wants to go home.
Yeah.
That's all it is. And it's that moment where you're like, I can sympathize now. I can finally sympathize with this character because I understand his motives.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Even if he's a bad guy and he wants to strip Barry of his powers, if he's ultimately, I'm doing this because I want to go home, it's almost the Mr. Freeze thing of, I'm doing this to save her life.
Yeah.
I just want to be with my wife.
Yeah.
That's... If Barry Allen can't understand that shit after Iris...
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Well, speaking of Wells, I actually read a theory this week on Reddit. And once again, I'm sorry, I don't know which Reddit person it was, but Reddit's here. I credit you, whoever came up with this initially. And it was a theory that Wells, and it took him a few minutes to get to where he was going, because he kind of said, look, I don't know whether this makes sense. And it kind of didn't at first until you start thinking about it. But his theory was, what if we've been looking at Wells all wrong, and Wells isn't Barry, and Wells isn't Reverse Flash, and Wells isn't any of that shit? What if Wells is Wally West, who's been thrown out of time? And because Wally West has a yellow suit with black on it, Wally's not as fast and not naturally gifted in the Speed Force. Well, I say naturally gifted. He's not built the same way.
He had the same accident as Barry, didn't he?
Yeah, he recreated it, but it didn't. Like in the same way that Red Skull and Captain America had the same. Formula.
Didn't have the same effectiveness.
Yeah, exactly. So Wally's just not quite as powerful as Barry. Barry is the most powerful of the speedsters.
Yeah.
He's number one. I mean, that's to be expected. But yeah, they it was just a solid theory based around, what if we're looking this all wrong, and Wally's trying to get home, but he's also trying to stop, his uncle dying or whatever else he's trying to do. He's just trying to do everything so that he can get back to his time, because if he can do that, it negates. Like, I can see this, the end's justifying the means if it's simply, I can rewrite everything I've done. I can kill 1,000 people, a million people, but if I get back to my original point, none of that happens. So, as much as it's a flashpoint paradox, if you will, it's still something where it's like, holy shit. So, just a theory, but I thought that was one we haven't heard suggested, and one that I thought was better than the just, he must be this villain or that villain. It actually made a little bit of sense.
Yeah.
Well, I've come up with a bit of a theory today on comparison.
Yeah.
I think there is a few holes in it. I did a little bit of research, but there's a few points in there that make a bit of sense. So I've actually written something out. I'll just read it to you. Have you heard of a character called Inertia?
Bart Allen? Yes.
Yeah, but he's a clone of Bart Allen.
Oh yes, you are correct. Yep,
he's actually a Reverse Flash. He's
reverse
Flash of Bart Allen or Impulse.
Impulse, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm thinking there's a possibility he could be him. I'll just read what I've written here. So Inertia is a clone of Bart Allen, grandson of Barry and Iris. Bart absorbed the entire Speed Force at one point to be fast enough to beat a villain called Superboy Prime. In this process, Inertia lost his connection with the Speed Force. Inertia built a machine which was designed to transfer the speed force from Bart to himself. However, there was a risk that the machine could explode and kill millions of people, not unlike the particle accelerator in our current series. But it was shut down. Shortly after this, Inertia killed Bart. Wally West, who at the time was in another world, returned to hear of Bart's death and went after Inertia, but instead of killing him, he used his powers to slow Inertia's movement so that he was totally immobilized and essentially a living statue. He then put him on display in the Flash Museum.
What a dick.
Yeah, I know.
Wally's awesome.
What a dick.
So this is where I guess my theory kicks in. So I'm not entirely sure how, as it didn't happen in the comics, but what if Inertia managed to partially remove his being paralyzed and made his way to the cosmic treadmill, which is also kept in the museum, and traveled through time? He could have taken on the identity of Harrison Wells and built the particle accelerator in an attempt to access the Speed Force again. It would explain why he helps to keep Barry safe, because he is his grandfather, and if Barry dies, Inertia would cease to exist, theoretically.
It also makes sense why they look alike, because like that to me as well, as you're pointing out this theory, that's like, holy shit, you've hit a nail on the head there, because I look like my granddad. Like dead set. Yeah. I look like my granddad.
Yeah.
And so you saying that, I'm like, holy shit, that explains why they would look alike and all of that. That makes a lot of sense, Brayden.
Yeah. So
plus it explains why it'd be from the future, because he would be theoretically 100 years ahead of us.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, he's and it explains his not being able to use his legs all the time.
Yep.
Explains why he wants access to the Speed Force, or why he wants to be a speedster again. Explains why he's protecting Barry. So he explains a few things, but there is holes in it, because we have seen glimpses of humanity in Wells, which, as far as I'm aware anyway, Inertia doesn't have.
Yeah. But then again, if this Barry
wrong,
is a combination of Wally and Barry, like if theoretically Terry's right and they've combined Wally and Barry together, it might make sense that they've combined both Bart Allens together.
Yeah.
So there is slight humanity to it when you get through the exterior.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a damn good theory.
I did some research today. Spent a bit of time. Pretty proud of that.
Pats on head, gold star.
I might get on Reddit. Put them on Reddit.
Yeah, you should, man.
Do it. See what happens.
Actually, don't, because the people on Reddit aren't nice. They'll be like, "Listen, homo, you just need to shut the fuck up. Pixel, get the fuck out."
Nah. Reddit.
Well, anybody else? Anything else to say about Flash?
Flashpoint.
Yeah, it's a coming.
It's great.
That Cisco playing CSI was great.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Cisco, you're good at your job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cisco's amazing at his job.
This is a super light. What is it? And then just like the 15-word explanation. Yeah. I just figured super light's easier. Smart ass. So,
and the backing with the Silver Night train, how excited he gets at the idea that he can develop it.
Lights! Then I made it a 3D Reddit image. Alright, we get it, you're smart.
So yeah, we now know that Barry's blood was on the wall, but adult Barry, but the other one doesn't belong to Wells. Now, I only have one question with that is, okay, do we actually have that Harrison Wells blood on file, or do we have a Harrison Wells blood on file? Because, you can say that, we're like, this blood sample doesn't belong to this guy, and you're like, yeah.
Well, I don't think the man in the yellow suit that we've seen is Wells. I reckon that's another Reverse Flash. I reckon that's Eddie's dad.
Alright, Airboard.
Yeah, Airboard.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
it
Eddie's
I don't know,
grandson.
If we're going down the route of Flashpoint, it was Eobard in that, wasn't it, who killed his mum?
Yeah, in the comics it's Eobard.
Not in that specific movie, I don't think, but...
No, it wasn't. It was an intruder.
I think in a few translations of that story it was Eobard.
Yeah.
In the original comic, it's Reverse Flash Eobard Thawne that kills Barry Allen's mother.
Bastard. Well, it's his own fault.
And he does it because he needs
Barry.
Yeah. Like it's, the whole, I need you to become the Flash, so I need to lead you down this path. So the only way I can get you down that path is killing your mother makes you become a CSI.
Yeah.
Or at the time become whatever they called it, whatever the fuck it was back then.
Yeah.
So he becomes that, and, that's the point of it. And so, yeah, I wouldn't be. They've stuck very close to comic book sources so far, so I wouldn't be surprised if they continue with that.
Yeah, most
It just
definitely.
gets so confusing with the time travel and things like that.
Yeah.
Flash is one of those ones where you're like, all right, cool. How many reverse flashes have we got? I think in total there's 8
I think though
there's a
that they
few.
will only call one.
reverse flash.
Yeah, Cisco will name the other ones a different name.
Yeah, because like you will get Impulse, then you'll get the rival. Because Jay Garrett will pop up somewhere. Because Jay Garrett is alive and well.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, you know, that's how it is.
Yeah,
You
exactly
You
right.
just haven't seen it. Oh my god, Jay Garrett is reverse flash? No.
I don't see that coming. No helmet.
It's true.
Well, anything else on Flash?
No.
All right, let's move into Arrow.
Alright, so this week, episode 13, titled Canaries. Oliver struggles to adjust to the changes that have taken place within Team Arrow. Laurel ignores Oliver and pursues Vertigo, who injects her with the drug. Thea receives a surprise visitor. Vertigo escapes prison and Team Arrow pursue. Laurel is drugged by him and proceeds to trip balls and fights against her dead sister Sarah. Oliver has come to terms with that the rest of Team Arrow has changed in his absence and no longer see him as much of a leader as they once did. Malcolm suggests to Oliver that he bring Thea in on his secret as they need her to take on Ra's al Ghul. Oliver does so, and to his surprise, she takes it very well and thanks him. Malcolm sends Oliver and Thea back to Lian Yu and prepare for their upcoming battle with the League of Assassins. In our Hong Kong flashbacks, Oliver and Maceo run from Argus and China White. Oliver is caught and Maceo returns to help him. They are taken away to Starling City, which is where Amanda Waller has tracked China White to. Boys?
Go ahead, Tara.
That was a big app.
Yeah, a lot of
was.
shit happened there, man. A lot of shit.
Yeah, I was just trying to like, all right, where do I start? That was huge.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on. My pick of this app was Roy.
Yeah.
For the simple fact he became Arsenal.
Yeah, Roy Harper's my man of the week.
Yeah,
this
he's
week.
Because
he nutted up.
He did. He
really
nutted up.
did, yeah.
He became a hero. It's like, whoa, son.
I'm like,
you
ooh.
heroed up. Yes.
And I was like, oh, they're going to start punching. I'm like, no. But, you know, it was quite interesting to see him develop. I mean, his character's developed really quick over the last 4 episodes, and it's a natural quick progression as well, which is...
Because he stepped up.
Yeah, that's just it.
Acting-wise, he stepped up his game too.
Hugely. Black Canary, for me, still is fumbling, which isn't too bad. New hero.
She's still bad at her job.
Understandable.
No, she's still bad at her job.
She like punched a dude in. Like, I know there wasn't much choice, but it's still like, bro. When your dad comes in, is like, so everybody saw you punch a guy on TV.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nice way to keep your secret identity.
He worked it out.
No, I know he worked it out, but still, I mean, it does
He
take.
can work it out.
That's my point.
Yeah.
But Bruce Wayne's not running around decking dudes in front of cameras.
Yeah.
He's at least getting it off camera before he punches the guy.
Yeah, that's true. So it was just a really consistently brilliant episode.
Yeah.
It's just another one to the repertoire.
Yeah.
So
You know,
And this compared to Gotham and Flash is actually leading somewhere. We can see where this is
hell
leading.
yeah.
yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah, no, there were little moments in this episode that, to me, it was the little things that really made this great. And one of them was Oliver got into a few arguments with his team, and like Roy's yelling and Felicity's getting emotional and Laurel's getting emotional, Oliver's getting emotional, and Diggle's just being Diggle, and then Oliver's looking at them all and kind of arguing. He gets to Diggle, and instead of yelling at each other, they just like lock eyes and hold this kind of like silent conversation. Then Oliver walks away calmly.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, that, like, I really love Diggle for that. It's just like you play that best friend so perfectly.
Yeah, it goes to show how much respect he has for Diggle.
Yeah, and then like later on when they're having that drink together, and it's the same sort of thing where they're just, you know, it's just that moment where the two of them are heroes, and the only thing I could think when I watched it was Diggle is a soldier.
Yeah.
And, you know, that feels like that's leading somewhere to me. I'm not sure where it is. I hope I know where it is, obviously, but that's all I can take away from it is he just seems like he's a soldier. They keep drumming into us. He's a soldier. He's a warrior. Yeah, no, and the other one was Paul Blackthorne, who plays Lance.
Yep.
Yep.
When he finds out Sarah's dead again, and just that moment of that final, like, oh my god,
I thought he was
she's
gonna have a heart
actually
attack.
dead. Yeah, like, just
Them
so
feels.
yeah. I was watching that like, that's
Yeah.
real, man. Well,
Yeah.
like, this show is so well played.
Yeah.
They are, you know, even at its worst moments,
Yeah.
it's still so solidly acted that you're like, oh, that's frustrating because you're so much better.
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
It's still an A grade. It's
Yeah.
like a low A grade. at
It's like
its
an A
worst.
minus. You're
Yeah.
like, oh, you bastards, A minus.
Yeah. Yeah. You become the disappointed Asian parents when
Yeah,
you find out
exactly.
your child's got an A minus. Well,
You're just like, you got 19 out of 20. Get the rod.
yeah. Go cut me a switch.
Yeah. You wait till your father gets home.
That's it.
Wait till the dad night gets home. He beats you with his utility belt.
Oh. That's painful.
No, I mean, this episode is going to be like the movies that we love.
Yeah.
What can we say about this aside from this? Watch this episode of Arrow. Even if you're not a fan of Arrow, it doesn't matter. This is like picking up a comic where you can just see shit happen and it's worth watching.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So yeah. All right. Well, I think that wraps it up for TV this week. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I'd like to add a note that this is probably the best week of TV we've had.
Yeah.
Oh, it is-
Simple.
it's
Just because
a great
everyone
week.
hit like a 9 out of 10, an
Yeah.
A minus, even Flash, even though
Well,
it
it's
didn't
because
give-
Barry didn't have to investigate a crime scene. So.
Cisco did it for him though.
Yeah.
He didn't wear gloves though.
No, but he didn't need to. I have no problem with that because they're in a crime scene that is how old, and
Yeah,
plus
that's
the
true.
moment they started to touch, like you can see the mirror and shit is in,
Yeah.
like it's in protective shit. So
I'm-
it's like
I'm
I'm
shit
fine.
stirring it.
I know, yeah. I'm just saying, I'm fine with that. That's logical. Cisco good at his job.
Terrible
Joe,
motherfucker.
good at your job.
Side note, Joe, Sherry.
Oh,
Yeah, I wouldn't have
will
blamed
not
him if he
judge
did.
you.
Cisco, I am not judging you. Like,
I love Cisco.
it's just like I said a couple episodes. He's the dude who likes to drink too much. He's your
Yeah.
he's your bro from the fraternity that
Yeah.
tries to get you laid. I'll process the evidence. You go upstairs, have a daiquiri.
Speaking of Joe,
Wait a
anybody
minute.
find it weird that he's investigating Reverse Flash still, even though Reverse Flash was like, "I'm gonna kill your daughter."
I
Yeah, that's
think
true.
because he suspects it's Wells,
Yeah,
and he's keeping it from Wells.
yeah.
Can you
Like
keep
he said
something
to
from
Cisco,
her?
I trust you not to tell him.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I guess
Cisco's probably the only honest bastard in that team. Darren
Yeah.
Amtate.
that's- yeah. Well, he's the
It's
only one
funny
that
though,
keeps
he
a
was all
secret.
like, no, I'm not doing that. And then he was like, oh, well, curiosity got the better of me.
Yeah, but that was after Wells had been like, "We can shoot Ron, we'll just kill him."
Yeah, that's
It's like Wells is just like that. Like you can see Cisco trying to like he's pleading with him at that point where he's like, "You're gonna kill two people." It's like, please tell me that's a joke because
Yeah.
I'm starting to think Joe was right. I didn't think he would have it in you just to
Joe
kill
planted
somebody.
the seed. Yeah.
Yeah, and I really like that. I like that in Cisco. But I also like the fact that when he was telling Joe what he'd found, he's like, "It wasn't Wells. I told you that."
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, so anyway, well that's TV for this week.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good. Well, that's good because this shirt is getting really uncomfortable right now. And do you know why? Because my bat nips are getting twisted.
All right.
All right. Now, I've got two things that are twisting my bat nips this week.
One per nip.
Yeah, one per nip, exactly. Now, the left nip, the first nip, is acting with coffee cups. This particularly goes for the Flash. I've noticed Grant Gustin do something, and it hasn't really bothered me too much. He normally has a like a takeaway coffee cup with a styrofoam lid, but he'll drink like slugs from it like it's like a shot of soda. And it's like, dude, you nobody drinks coffee like that. Plus, he tilts it at such an angle that it's like, that's either pouring out really fast or it's an empty cup. And I know you're the Flash, but come on. So just act like there's some weight in the cup. Now, the real one that got to me this week was there's a moment where Barry and Linda are at the paper that she works at. And she's filling up a coffee cup with coffee. And she fills it up for about 8 seconds, which is long enough to fill up a cup to the top. I don't know it filled up to the top because the sound effect was so fucking loud that it was very clear she was filling up this cup with coffee. She then put the pot down and proceeded to gestate with this cup at such an angle that I could see about halfway into this empty cup. Because funnily enough, they don't use water and shit because you don't want to have inconsistent levels or people getting wet or any of that sort of shit. So they use an empty cup. But it's your job as an actor not to aim the fucking thing downwards towards the camera and gestate like you're like an Italian man making a pizza.
Was this Linda who did that?
Yeah. And it just infuriated me because it's like, come on. Like, it's not that hard to act with a coffee cup that's heavy. It's not that hard to act like you're drinking from a coffee cup. That's all I'm saying. Now, that's nipple number one.
No, I agree completely.
And
I agree with your left nip.
Now, speaking of females on TV, that brings me to the right nip. Now, I have two things to say this week, and one of them's positive and one of them's negative. I'll get to the positive one last because it was a redeeming positive. Women on Flash, Gotham's not so bad. We'll leave Gotham out of this. I'm more talking the Arrow Flash universe.
So CW World.
CW World.
Yeah.
Women on these shows are fucking caricatures.
Yeah.
And I understand that, yes, okay, girls get jealous and they do the bitchy thing and all of that, but that bit with Iris, you know, telling Linda to back off, or basically telling Linda to back off, and that Barry's still in love with her, and being all like, well, you know, I want Barry now that I can't have and all that. I know that that's true, but the way that they're portraying it is, it's like it's from a B-grade movie, like a high school comedy.
Yeah, like not another high school story or something like that.
Yeah, and I don't, it doesn't need to be written like that. Then you've got Laurel, who's just, until the end of that episode, was just being such a, like, I get it, you're angry, I get it, you want to prove yourself, but fuck, you just, like, nobody is this retarded that you don't listen to. Like, if Batman comes up to you and goes, don't fucking go out there, I'll Batman the shit out of you if you do.
Yeah.
You sit the fuck down because it's Batman.
Yeah.
Arrow is Batman.
Yeah.
You sit the fuck down. And while I'm on this, sorry Terry, I'll let you get your point in a sec because I'm at the end of my rant here. While we're on this, last week did Felicity Smoke not say, I'm done doing this shit with you, I don't want to be one of your women, don't want you to love me, this isn't the life that I want?
Yeah.
She's back in the cave this week, all like, yeah, I'm just here doing the computers like nothing happened. I guess I got to wait for Ray's contract to show back up.
Basically, those two, Felicity and Laurel, were the 12-year-olds. Don't tell me what to do. I do what I want. I know, yeah. I did want to reach in the TV screen and strangle Laurel.
Yeah,
for that, I really did.
It's just, you know, I understand what they you know, what they were trying to do, but it's just like you're trying to make a strong, independent woman, and she's coming across Skylar White,
a Kent.
Yeah. With that said, though, and this is, I think, why I got so pissed off, is because they wrote a female this week perfectly. Thea finds out about Oliver's secret. And instead of doing the, like, well, every other woman on this show is a cliche and doing the whole, like, you shouldn't have lied to me. She's just like, huh, that makes sense. Thank you for being a hero, Oliver. And hugs him. And you can see Oliver's face just like,
wait, what? Yeah.
Oh, my God. She actually just accepts that I am. And I think hearing from her, you're a hero, that to him was the redemption.
Yeah.
And he finally realizes that he's not a killer anymore because he has her respect. And I love that. And the fact that Thea still was like, I want to be more. I want to learn the proper way to do things because we're gonna work as a team, Ollie.
Yeah.
I love that. That was perfect. That's how female. You don't have to write a female. They're not just a caricature of women. They can be the same as male characters. Because that's no different. If Roy had done that, it would have gone down almost the exact same way. Yeah. Had it been a brother instead of a sister.
Yep.
And that's why I get frustrated, because don't insult me by having these fucking walking cliches in a show where you don't need walking cliches, but then you write somebody who's perfect.
See, I mean, for me, the part where Thea sort of redeemed herself is where she was a little taken back. She goes, wow, every time I said you were lazy and you were pathetic and shallow, you were out saving someone's life. Thank you for that. Yeah. You know, you saved me, you know, even though, like, was it? I should be more angry at you for breaking my window. That I'd be more angry for you breaking my window more than anything else. Yeah. So that is like, just because they wrote that in, and that's very much a true incarnation of a relationship.
Yeah.
So I was very honest. Where I think Felicity for me is becoming a bit hollow.
It's because they obviously want to put Felicity with Ray.
Yeah, that's fine.
But they don't want to. Like, it's like, we're going to do this. Stay tuned for when we put the Atom in. And it's like, okay, why couldn't you have done this storyline to either, like, you I feel like going into their writing room and be like, you guys do realize you control when things happen in the scripts. Like, you are the writers.
Yeah.
You could have lined it up the right way.
Yep.
Maybe.
Yep.
Just saying. Just saying maybe.
Yeah.
Possibly. Maybe. Just a little bit. Just a little sliver. Just a tiny bit.
Just a wafer thin.
Exactly. Just wafer thin.
You know, it's one of those funny. It's almost sometimes like they're scared to do something like that. Like the people want to say, just write the stuff if you think it's good. I mean, you said quite a few episodes ago, back in our almost premiere.
Back in the heyday.
Back in the heyday.
The good old days. The golden years.
The golden years. With Betty White. The the guys who are writing these shows are comic book fans from back in the day, so they know these things.
Yeah.
So they can actually write these storylines and fuck with it a little bit.
Yeah.
And guess what? You're going to enjoy it anyway because they're well produced, they're well acted.
Exactly.
You could give that cast like Shakespeare written on slightly used toilet paper, and they'd do a phenomenal job with it because they're brilliant actors.
Because they're actors.
Yeah.
The actors are exceptional.
Brilliant. Yeah, they know how to drink out of a coffee cup.
Yeah.
Except for Laurel. I think Laurel fucked that up a couple of times.
I've noticed Laurel, they tend she drinks wine. She used to drink wine and things like that. They give her actual physical props to drink.
Yeah.
So I think she might be method. She's like, I'll drink coffee.
Yeah.
Give me the motherfucker.
Yeah, give me coffee. And like every time we saw her smashed, she was actually smashed.
Yeah, could well be. Okay, well, look, that brings me into my Barbara Gordon Bitch of the Week award.
Yeah.
And mine goes to Iris West because I'm sorry, but you can't be all like, I love you, I love you. No, you can't have me, but no one else can have you and all this. Like, shit, I get off the pot.
Doing a Wells.
Yeah, shit, I get off the pot, Iris. Stop it. Just that's the bitchiest of the bitch that you have out. Like you're approaching Barbara Gordon territory.
Yeah.
With that.
No, she is. That was a very bad movie.
That was just like it's just like
for
that's,
that age group as well. That's a
for
huge
somebody
thing.
for somebody in like considering that Barry always says you look young for your age, but he's meant to be like what 27.
Yeah,
I think we've said.
Yeah.
She's got to be around the same age.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, so you're going to act like... And women are meant to advance older than men, yet this theoretically, mentally 30-year-old woman is going to act like a 16-year-old girl.
Basically.
And that to me screams that it's male writers going, we don't know, what does the women's do? Do they buy the tampons, I think?
And then they get money back from the governments and buy themselves an ironing board and a pregnancy.
Yeah. Well, that's all they're good for. They're just a cock sheath, right?
I will say the one redeeming female besides Thea for me was Linda. I like that character. I actually like the character. I think she pairs well with... She offsets Barry enough for me.
I think that she's perfect for what Linda is in the comics.
Yes.
But I still think Linda in the comics offsets Wally better.
Oh, yeah.
Because Wally's so ridiculously high B and like ADD.
Yeah.
That the life's almost like the Superman Lois Lane thing where it's like, well... You can go over there and investigate that shit because I've got like 1,000 hero things I have to do. Me up at 6 for dinner. See you then. You know, their lives don't interfere with each other.
Yeah, yeah, but
whereas Barry's a bit more of a clinger.
Yeah,
and I think Linda would be like, bro.
Yeah, I don't know, but I just think for the time being, this pairing is actually very nice. It sort of closes that door on like the Iris Barry.
Yeah, until next week's episode, where I guarantee you that
Barris.
Next week it's coming.
Barris
is coming next week.
You reckon?
Irie is coming next week.
Irie. All right. Okay, we'll see where that goes.
Well, then within the next 2 weeks, because
it won't be next week because next week's Fallout.
Yeah, it might be the week after then. Well, no, if he disappears in this week's, it'll be that whole thing of Barry will be gone, and she'll be like, "You were gone," and that's when I realized that what I had in front of me all the time was what I wanted, and I'm just a stupid girl.
And Barry's like,
you had me at hello.
I'm out.
Barry's all like, I'm the Flash. And then Wells gets out of his chair and is like, motherfucker, what did I say? Didn't I say don't tell people?
Yeah. You know what? Since we're letting cats out of the bag, I'm Bart Allen. I'm your grandson. I'd love so happen if that's exactly how it went down.
What's up, Papa?
Just muscle, nips up out of the wheelchair and starts moonwalking towards him. I can walk, bitch!
Oh, God. It just, because that reminded me of the, was it Young Justice Invasion, where that's when Bart Allen actually comes in, runs into Barry's house and just gives him a massive hug going, Papa! It's just like... What? Barry's there, just the face on him. He's like, I don't know this child. What is going on here? And that's when he announces that Iris announces that they're pregnant with their kids, the twins. Yeah. And they don't know it's twins, but Bart does.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. He goes, it's what is it, Auntie Julie or something like that, and someone else. And Jay Garrett's there and his wife. It's just a big party of the Flashes. And then Wally rocks up with Artemis.
I've got to admit, I'm starting to wonder.
Yeah.
As much as he didn't have Speed Force on that night.
Yeah.
Is Barry's dad Jay?
Oh, I'd love that.
It won't make sense for the names and shit. So obviously we're going down another Wells route if that's the thing. But I partially wonder if does Barry's dad know more than he's letting on?
He kind of looks like Jay Garrett as well.
Yeah, that's why I think about that. But he kind of also looks like Grant Gustin's dad.
Yeah.
It looks like he could have created that kid.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get the feeling that his dad knows something.
But I don't think he wants to wait for another life to be over.
No.
No.
He doesn't want to eat ice cream anymore either. Dawson's Creek made him lactose intolerant.
That's the apple pie.
Yeah, it's just a fear of ice cream.
Yeah. I fear his ice cream and like little jetties with a boat in him. He's just like, no.
No.
La. Starts in a fetal position. Speed Force, take me back to Speed Force. Wells' wheelchair, take me now.
What if Wells' wheelchair is actually the cosmic treadmill?
Here's a question. What if Wells ran so fast that like the wind rearranged his face and Wells is actually Barry's dad?
Actually, the treadmill that's in Star Labs, is that the cosmic treadmill? Does that become the cosmic treadmill? Or
I don't know.
No, I reckon they'll build
They build that later on?
Later, yeah.
Yeah.
Cisco will probably build that.
Just
I
out of
imagine what will
boredom.
happen. What will happen with the cosmic treadmill? Barry will outrun standard treadmills.
Yeah.
Where it's like we need to build something like
Yeah.
ridiculous here.
Yeah.
And he'll probably paint it rainbow.
Yeah.
Or something that's why he'll be like, it's the cosmic. Man, like, come on.
Well, we're going to be doing some time travel pretty bloody soon. So
It will be next 5 episodes, I reckon.
Yeah.
Well, they're
Well,
heading
it's
into
next
the back
episode
end.
that they're actually talking about time travel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, they confirm that it's there and whatever else. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be some good stuff.
Mm.
And now for our feature presentation.
He moves through the shadows. He watches during the night. And this winter, he is out for blood. Batman returns to face his most fearsome enemy yet in the Batman vs. Dracula, an all-new full-length animated feature.
A break-in at the bank. It's a blood bank.
Loaded with enough special features to keep you entertained for eternity.
Truly magnificent.
The Dark Knight finally meets the Prince of Darkness. Look for the all-new full-length animated feature, The Batman vs. Dracula, on DVD.
Sunrise will not help you this time.
That's right. This week's movie was the incredible, the astounding, the amazing, the
forgettable
Batman vs. Dracula.
There you go.
All right. Now, it starts off when the Joker and Penguin break out of Arkham Asylum in a race to steal a stash of hidden money that is buried in a crypt within Gotham Cemetery. Joker's quickly intercepted by Batman and seems to fall to his death after being electrocuted in a river. And so the Penguin takes off and uses the distraction to get into the cemetery, trying to find the crypt with all the gold and whatever else in it. Instead, he stumbles upon a crypt that contains a coffin that he opens up and accidentally cuts his hand open in the process, drops some blood onto a corpse on the inside, and lo and behold, Dracula turns up in Gotham and starts doing his shit. Alright, then the movie proceeds to have us having Batman chase Dracula, who eventually turns up at one of Bruce Wayne's dues that he does, you know, the Bruce Wayne fundraiser, the charities, where he takes the name Dr. Alucard because he's good at, like, discussing his shit, and then Bruce is all like, when I write it down on a piece of paper and look at it in the mirror, Alfred, it's Dracula, world's greatest detective. Anyway, so that happens, and then Bruce also at the same time is having a bit of love interest with Vicky Vale, and he's all like, yo, you want my pain? And she's all like, I want your pain. He's all like, yeah, bitches love my pain.
Alfred, get the rupees.
Exactly. But before he can roofie her up, she's kidnapped by Dracula, who's going to use her to imbibe her spirit into his former bride of Dracula and bring her back to life as well, because why not? It's a fucking cartoon and it can be as dumb as possible. Anyway, during all this time, Batman's kind of trying to work out how to simulate some blood to maybe defeat Dracula, because he takes him on once and Dracula all but beats the tar out of him. Yep. And he's lucky enough that the Joker isn't actually dead, turns back up, gets turned into a vampire by Dracula, then gets captured by Batman, who cures Joker ultimately and attempts to use that cure on Dracula, but lo and behold, it doesn't work because Dracula's all like, nice try, bitch, but I'm a real vampire, not some made vampire. Get out of here. And so they continue to fight with one another, and all that shit sort of happens, and it just drags on and on and on and on and on. And finally, Batman cures all the people that got turned into vampires. Batman is able to cure them. Then he takes down Dracula by leading him to the Batcave, where he and Alfred fight Dracula for a while before ultimately Batman turns on an artificial sun machine and burns Dracula to death. Penguin snaps out of his like coma vampire state, realizes that he's surrounded by cash and is all happy until the cops turn up and they're all like, "You're under arrest, Cobblepot. You're going back to Arkham." And he's all like, "Ah, shit." And and then it ended with like 95 minutes of like just a shot of Batman, a panning shot that went nowhere to Batman standing on the roof, being all like, "Yep, I'm Batman, I guess." And that was Batman versus Dracula. It was crap. Gentlemen?
Some of the characters in this movie were just god-awful.
Some.
So, well, yeah. Like Penguin, for example, was not Penguin at all. Not even close. And since when did he become a martial artist with that guard in...
I had that note
Asylum?
too. I'm just like, yeah, right, Penguin's a black belt.
Backflip and...
Had like a spinning heel kick that I'm like, yeah, right.
Well, I thought he couldn't walk properly.
He can't do jack shit. He's just
I
a
know,
fat,
that's it.
lazy fuck. And this Penguin's all like, excuse me while I bust out these secret kung fu moves and then don't do them. But I can't at any other point fight. I just stumble like a retard.
Yeah.
I love this interpretation of the Penguin.
Really?
I really do. Like, it's nice to actually see, like, the fat, stupid villain eventually, like, get some maneuvers on.
Yeah, but it wasn't Penguin. They could have... I'm sure they could have found someone else to do that. I don't know.
No, I mean, like, if you get a character like Penguin who's well-educated and everything like that, obviously style, like drawing style was based off of Tim Burton's Penguin, which is, like, close to my favourite Penguin.
Yeah. Okay.
So, what?
I don't know if you're being serious or not.
I'm being deadly serious. If you want to get into an argument about it, fine.
That's all good,
But, you know, you're shitting on the Penguin. What?
Hey...
Oh, you laughing?
Look,
like,
look,
Tim
Brayden,
Burton's Penguin.
I'm gonna
Come with
join.
it.
I'm gonna join your side on this because you know who I hated in this, the Joker.
Yeah, I hated the Joker in this as well.
Dreadlock Joker. Okay, let me point something out to you. Let me ask you something. If I was to give you a pen and a piece of paper, and I was to say, "Yo," in the simplest way possible, draw what the Joker is known for. What would you draw?
Big
Dreadlocks.
smile, suit.
A smile, yeah.
Yeah.
I see. I've read some comics, and I'm pretty sure that the Joker can only ever smile, whereas this Joker was frowning and moving his mouth normally. It's like, you're not the Joker, bro.
I actually like this Joker as well because
And
it's
he didn't wear
different.
shoes. He didn't wear shoes.
Yeah, because he's insane. I love that. I like the
He was
fact
like
that...
Jungle Joker.
Sorry?
He was like Jungle Joker.
Yeah.
He looked like Blanca from Street Fighter.
Yeah. I like that mix. For me, it's just a weird, different interpretation. There is nothing wrong with different interpretations of characters.
No, there's nothing wrong with different interpretations.
There's something wrong with wrong
Completely,
opinions,
but
though.
This wasn't good.
Yeah, Braden's right. You're a fucking idiot. This wasn't good. I'll paraphrase for you, Braden. Terry, you're bad at your job.
Look,
I hated the part where Joker got killed.
Which
and
one? Which one of the many times he got killed in this fucking thing?
The first time when he fell into the water and got electrocuted by his
He
own
wasn't...
butler.
You couldn't...
Yeah, but
Like
then
by his
Batman
little,
was
by his
sort of
little
like,
watch
yeah,
battery
that-
operated hand buzzer.
Yeah, that's not even possible. It was like spark. I'm like, that doesn't have the ampage to do
Oh,
that. He'll be
look
back
out.
in 20 minutes.
Terry's dropped
Yeah, I know, but
Terry's
my
dropped the
point-
troll face there. The kayfabe broke for a second on that one.
You can't know. Just as if you go, oh no, the Joker is dead. Anyone with two brains would actually go, just
Anybody with two brains? What
Two
about people
brain
with-
cells,
What about
sorry,
people
two
with one
brain
brain? Would they be
cells.
like, yeah, well, he got electrocuted?
would go, wow, a watch battery in that volume of water. Oh no, my balls are tingling. That's about it. So you could clearly tell who's going to be back later. If you went, oh no, the Joker's dead, because that you, sir, are a moron, and you were bad at your job.
No, that's true. But my point is that Bruce then went home and he was moping about, and
So this
Alfred came in and
this
he's-
Batman is bad at his job.
yeah, Batman's bad at his job, but he's moping around. He's going, oh, but Joker died tonight and he was all depressed and whatnot.
Yeah, I
And
know,
then
like,
Alfred's
Batman's not
but
smiling
Vicky
and cracking
Vale's coming over and
champagne.
he's like, oh, fine, yep, I'm great now.
Yeah, but of course,
He just
dude,
completely forgot
you
about it.
Let me just point something out to you, right? Think about what a great day this actually is. He's upset because he's like, wow, I watched somebody die, even if it was the Joker. And then Batman, and then like Alfred's like, well, I've cracked the champagne and I've bought you a bitch over and some roofies. Bruce is like, wow, let me get this straight. The guy I hate the most is dead, and I'm
Yep.
about to like sheath up. All right.
Oh, it's just one of those things. I mean, this Batman was bad at his job, but I like the interpretation of characters. I liked it.
Alfred was good in this though. I do
Alfred's
like
good. no matter
Alfred's
what.
always good.
Yeah, you can never not do Alfred
Alfred's the
bad
constant.
except for your Michael Caine.
What you talking about, Master Bruce? I just want you to not be Batman, Master Bruce, with the Master Bruce.
Endure, Master Bruce, until the third part of the movie where I just go, you know what, fuck it.
Well, Master Bruce, and then you, Master Bruce. No, look, come on. Are you? Let's cut the crap here for a minute. Are you genuine? Are you trolling? Or are you genuinely trying to say that you enjoyed this film?
I didn't say I enjoyed the film. I enjoyed the interpretation.
All right,
of characters.
can I then like counterpoint that?
What?
You fell asleep 5 times in this film.
We woke up cuddling. Shut up.
You fell asleep 5 times in this film.
Yeah. It is that the plot line was great. I like the interpretation of characters. I like the different style of Joker.
I'm very open to different interpretations of characters, but these weren't any good.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy this. I would give this 2 out of 10. I would not only would I not bang it, I would not even like pass it on to my friends as strange.
Yeah. If they went to jump on the grenade,
I'd be like, nah, man, the chick I'm with's not even worth it. Even if she's a 10, I'm like, dude, it's not.
No, just no.
You and me will go home. We'll like cuddle or some shit instead.
Soggy sayo. Hold each other.
Sayo.
Hold each other.
You're a sad man, Braden. Look, what did you think of Dracula?
Dracula.
He was a great Count Vertigo.
Okay, Count Vertigo. Yeah. I don't know.
This movie sucked.
Yeah. He wasn't. He's probably one of the better characters, but still.
Yeah,
meh.
but okay, like that's like looking in your toilet bowl and being like, well, that's the nicest chunk of shit.
Out of all the diarrhea, I picked that piece of diarrhea.
Yeah, well, that piece of corn is the nicest of the pieces
I
floating
think
in there.
I think that's still edible. Delicious.
Yeah, exactly.
It was dumb how he goes, I need a human person to work for me, but Penguin did fucking nothing for him.
He got him a plasma. Shut up, Braden.
You got him a Alright, point
Which is kind of like, plasma, blood, huh? But the jokes and the story wasn't great, but I like the different interpretation of characters.
Is that your fucking soundbite for? Are you running for office and that's your soundbite? Like, I know that sometimes the government doesn't give you what you need, but I like the idea that our government, you can have a different interpretation of characters.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I didn't like the movie, I just like the different interpretation of characters.
That's like saying you liked Mr. Freeze in Batman and Robin.
Yeah, I do.
Interpretation of character.
I know you're fucking trolling now. This is like Glee all over again.
You mean kind of like, welcome to the J-Lo show. Oh, yeah, nothing's better than Twilight.
Yeah. That's right. Nothing is. If your aim is to be the shittest thing ever, then nothing is better than Twilight.
There you go.
Yeah, look, I feel like we're wandering a little bit on this.
It was a little bit of a modern day Batman meets Scooby-Doo.
Yeah. Well,
I think that's what it was.
I really do. I think on this one we're just sitting here trolling and poking and annoying each other because the movie sucked.
Yeah,
I think this was
a mistake.
So bad. It's not one of those ones that it's bad enough to talk about. It's so bad that's like I legitimately, I was so bored in this movie. I just sat there like, is it done? It felt to me like they went, got a great idea for a 20-minute movie. Well, if it's Dracula, we should make it really long and make it seem important. But they just went, well, we'll just stretch the 20 minutes out to 90.
See, if it was 20 minutes, I wouldn't be...
If it's 20 minutes, I'd have been like, that was pretty solid.
Yeah, it was
decent. Like, whoop some dudes, it was all right. But it's just like, when half your film, like 40 minutes of your film is watching Batman, a cartoon Batman synthesize, like, formulas.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the next thing I was going to say.
Yeah.
Like, fuck. Sometimes it's okay not to speed jump or not to show us everything. Just montage. We're gonna need a montage.
Even Rocky had a montage.
Even Batman needs a montage.
Not according to WB, it doesn't.
Well, yeah, that's true. But look, I say we move on from this steaming pile by just giving our rating an hour 4 out of 10.
Yep.
Wow, you must have loved the shit out of this. Braden, what was your rating on it?
Yeah, I'll go lower than a 4 because I'm pretty sure the last movie we watched gave a 4. So we'll go a 1.6.
A 1.6, and I'm giving it a 2. So overall, I think that's a don't watch this movie. Just don't watch this movie. That's it. Look, I think it's a good time. Before we get into the mailbag, before we get into the bat sack, there's a few things in news that I just want to have a quick word about. None of them are DC related. That's why I've waited until kind of the end of the show. They're all Marvel related, but both of them are related, I should say, but to me they're quite important news stories. The first one is, I'll start with the lesser one. I'm very excited about the two new X-Men films that are coming out. They've obviously already confirmed that Apocalypse is coming out, and they confirmed this week that the next Wolverine comes out, I believe, 2017, I want to say.
So Hugh Jackman's going to be about 80.
Well, no, the point of this next film is meant to be, both of them, from what they've announced one thing, that is the Apocalypse film will have Ian McKellen as Magneto in it at some point, which I like, because I felt like Days of Future Past, they crammed them all in and never really got a chance to actually explore the idea of these different timeline characters together. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to, I think we're going to get some Magneto action, which would be great. And the next Wolverine film is actually meant to be based around Patrick Stewart and Wolverine. Okay. So it's a Professor X and Wolverine. I think it's the whole story of, we're going to find out who you are, and we're going to help you become whole, so that we end up with a Wolverine who's developed and solid. So I mean, for me, I think the way you're going, because Hugh Jackman is so iconically linked with Wolverine now, he's getting older. He's not going to be able to maintain that same sort of muscle mass, same sort of size. Because if you watch Days of Future Past, then you watch the first X-Men, it's he's bigger now.
Yeah, he's a door.
Yeah.
But what I really love them to do is the death of Wolverine, because I think that's like a 2 comic book series. And for that'd be a really good way, very good, honest, simple way for Hugh Jackman to leave the role. Is the death of Wolverine. So, hopefully that comes soon.
Well, yeah. Now, the other bit of news, spinning off from Wolverine, and whether or not we'll ever see him in a Marvel film, we do now know Spider-Man is officially a shared property between Sony and Marvel. Yeah. He will be in Civil War, as well as the Inhumans, I imagine, and everything else going forward. Cool. I'm a big fan of this, because of all the Marvel comics, Civil War is my favourite one. And it's very hard to do without Spider-Man, because Spider-Man is basically the audience. He's Marvel's conscience, if you would. Yeah. So he's there to be the moral barometer. I think having him in there between Captain America and Iron Man is very important. Yeah. I also think that this pretty much guarantees that the tag at the end of the next Avengers film will be Spider-Man.
Yeah. Is it Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man? No, it's the different one?
They haven't said who it is yet. Okay. But no, Andrew Garfield has been retired from the role.
Has he?
Yep. They're not going to, as in, from now on, Marvel will be writing the films for Sony. Yep. Sony will kind of be producing them and releasing them, but they still tie back into the Marvel universe. Good. And Spider-Man, whoever plays this Spider-Man will be shared between the Spider-Man films and whatever other franchises that Marvel spin off all that with Sony. But because of that deal, it means that he comes into their universe properly. Cool. So we'll actually get, and Marvel have proven that obviously they understand their characters, so this means we actually get Spider-Man like in the comic books.
Yeah. Yeah.
Andrew
They're still talking about Sinister Six, and I believe after Civil War he's supposed to get a solo movie as well.
Yeah, I would say so. I wouldn't also be surprised if we don't get Peter Parker this time. We get the ultimate Spider-Man, who's the Spanish kid. Yep. I could see that. Okay. I could see them, if Andrew Garfield comes back, it'll be as a cameo of Peter to die. Yeah. To inspire this kid and whatever else. Yeah. So, yep, excellent. Just a couple of bits of news, but I just thought they're kind of vital, I guess, bits of news for comic book world. Yeah, they're about the big characters. So. Yeah, absolutely. So, all right, well, let's kick into our last segment for this week, and let's dive in balls deep and get into the bat sack.
All right, I'll kick this one off. We've got a message here from Adam's mate Matt the Man Richards. So
love Matt the Man Richards. Good work, Matt. Yeah, thanks for writing it in.
He's keeping
super
busy.
Fan.
He's keeping it. He's now. I think he's surpassed Mr. CrossFit.
Well, no, I was going to get to this end of the show, but I might just hijack here for a second. You would just say, it's my show. Fuck you, Mr. CrossFit. Yeah. Today, graduated his boot camp. Yep. Marched out in his uniform. He's officially a ranked soldier. Beautiful. So congratulations to him. You're going to be catching up to doing your episodes now, Mr. CrossFit, but. Truthfully, from all of us, we are so exceptionally proud of you, and dude, seriously, fucking well done. Anyway, let's go on to our man number 2, our second super fan, Mr. Matt Richards, and his question.
All right, so what we established last time that with his question of workplace safety, generally there's only one of these accidents that create supervillains and superheroes. Yep. And then a policy gets written up. All right, so that being in mind. In your current job, training, voyeurism, if you would have a workplace accident that transformed you into either a villain or a superhero, what would your powers be and why? And what would you do with them? Also, what was your superhero villain name and your weakness? For example, I'm an electrician and my name is Matthew Richards. To start with, my name is MR, and he'll take the electrocutioner. So it's Mr. Electrocutioner. It's a formal title for him. Doesn't really roll off the tongue, but he likes it.
He knows what to fill out on the forward box. He'd tick, Mister
or Doctor. So he'd be a villain. He'd be able to morph himself into electrons and transmit himself through any conductive material. His weakness would be being blocked by insulating materials like glass, some sorts of silicon, and fuses. Fucking fuses. So that's a
good question.
Mr. Electrocutioner's question, and I think he sent a picture in as well. Actually.
Oh, nice. Well, we'll post the picture up this week.
Yeah.
For him in the feedback.
And we'll send him nothing in the mail.
Oh, yeah, he's obviously going to get the obligatory bag of shit.
Yeah.
And by bag of shit, I mean bag of nothing.
Yeah.
You have your option, though. If you do want a bag of shit, we can arrange
that.
a bag of shit.
Your
human, dog, horse, your choice.
Canary.
Yeah, we can do
like an actual canary, not
black canary.
Not black canaries.
Maybe get some J-Lo shit in there too. Now, what power to have? Well, I think I'm going to have to go with the obvious one here. I'm starting to be a criminologist.
Training.
So
training.
That's what I'm a criminologist, and evidently I'm going to be in a lab. I imagine researching the murder of somebody. I'm most likely going to be somewhere where the particle accelerator gets turned on, and so I'm thinking what my superpower is that I will forget everything I was trained at criminal school. I will only need to wear one glove.
In criminal school?
I'll only need to wear one glove, and I can be exceptionally bad at my job and no one will fucking notice. That's Barry's superpower. He's exceptionally bad at his job and nobody fucking notices it. Where's Barry? He's not here. Ah, like I love in this episode, Linda's like, oh yeah, I phoned up the police station. They said that you called in sick with a family emergency.
Yeah.
Like, how many sick days can this dude have? Like, when it's Captain be like, you are the only CSI. There are 3,000 cases that have built up. You want to fucking do your work, you bastard? But no, he's got the superpower just
Stop.
to
All right.
deflate. So that's my superpower.
Oh, okay.
That's my superpower. Is
To be bad at your job.
The ability to be completely incompetent, but literally nobody says shit about it because I'm apparently such a nice guy. They're just like, well, he's chronically fucking up and like ruining evidence and shit, but he's always smiling. So
what's your weakness?
What's my weakness? Probably like auditors or like bureaucrats who come in and like, you know, are all like, well, your time productivity is not that great. That's my weakness. Fucking bureaucrats.
I'm still thinking on mine, Braden, so take yours.
Well, I'm still thinking of mine as well, but I work in retail and
the ability to kill customers.
I deal with a lot of stupid people. So I'm thinking that my workplace injury will be that my brain explodes. Not entirely sure what power that's going to give me. Probably death.
It could lead to MS.
Could lead to MS.
2 weeks in the gym.
And then just go to the gym and just beat up some thugs.
Okay, then what's your weakness?
My weakness.
Fine motor skills?
In-depth problem solving because he's got no brain.
Yep, that's it.
His weakness is a yellow brick road and a bitch with ruby slippers who's going to get him like set on fire.
I don't know. I'm not really sure where I'm going with this.
I would while away the hours watching Flash and Arrow.
Oh, shit.
Good lord. All right. I'll take a swing at it. I'm at TAFE studying policing. So...
RoboCop.
I was going to say there's a lot of Judge
Dredd?
Sorry?
Judge Dredd?
No. There's a lot of projectors in the room, so maybe one could fall on my head and it merges with... and it ends up replacing my eyes. I don't know. And I can project dirty images into other people's minds.
Sunglasses. Sunglasses, my only weakness. Mirrored shades. No.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, no, we'll go with that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I thought of another one.
The projectionist.
The projectionist. I didn't give myself a name, did I?
Retard.
I'd be...
Retard Thunder.
I think I'd be... not good at my job. That would be my name.
Not.
Well, he's not good at my job. I don't know.
So many holiday again.
No, I think I'm going to change it. I host a podcast, and I think my weakness would be what would happen. The accident would happen would be that the microphone would merge with my face, and so I'd be able to like project my voice really loudly wherever I wanted. So I could be like, like people would fear me because they'd be like, "Whoa, where is this guy?" When I come booming through the skies, my mega voice. And I think my weakness would be some fucker in a wheelchair who will not tell me if he's good or bad, and will ultimately make me have some sort of fucking brain aneurysm from it. That's my weakness.
You know what? My dad's actually got a wheelchair at his house. I'm actually gonna like take it here one day. Like literally, and I will wheel up and down your hallway, and then touch the ground with my foot.
And then just sit back down.
I've worked out something. Wells is always wearing the same costume. Tom Cavanaugh must be really comfortable because it looks like he's just like, I just picked this. I'm not changing again. He's Steve Jobs. Have you picked up on that?
Yeah.
He's as Steve Jobs as you can get.
Yeah, Steve Jobs. And
even his
Bill
book,
Gates.
like Barry's reading his book, and it's like Steve Jobs' book.
Yeah,
he's just missing the beard. And by that I mean an actual physical beard, not a woman that he can marry to hide if he's gay. I don't know if he's gay. I got no judgment on that. Captain Segan's gay. He's allowed to be gay. Apparently being gay, I don't think gay is the problem, but he's bad at his job. Can't even run a precinct and realise his CSI is doing jack shit. Hey, Barry, how come all this evidence has your fingerprints on it?
Well, you see, I'm a mass murderer. Aha. Do your job.
Well, see, Speed Force, so I don't need to wear the gloves. I'm surprised he wears gloves with the fucking Flash uniform. They just don't have fingertips on it, probably.
What's really funny is when he was making out with Lina and his whole body starts vibrating. Like,
she likes that.
Well.
And she liked that, yeah.
Yeah, and Cisco trying to
Yeah, aren't you worried about going fast? It's the second date, going fast.
You're going to need to think about a lot of baseball and cold showers.
Dead puppies. A whole
yeah, that's what he said,
kennel.
Dead puppies.
A whole kennel. Nuns.
The correct answer is always just your grandparents having sex with your parents. Now, well, Kissy, have I not? I've killed your boners so much that Valentine's boners are still dead now.
I've pretty much got an inverted penis now.
Yeah, exactly. Think about that. You never.
What was it?
Say that, Braden. Go ahead.
I said I've pretty much got an inverted penis now.
No. I was saying what did.
What I say?
Yeah.
What your picture is, if you're ever in a situation where you instantly want to kill your boner, you picture your grandparents having sex with your parents. So all four of them at once, just rubbing up on each other in a big, oily frenzy of delight.
A mating ball.
Yeah.
Yep. Now I have a vagina.
I've got a bigger boner.
Is it a J-Lo vagina? All right. Well, let's move on to the second question then. What got sent through to you, bro?
So I got a message sent through from a hairy-looking fella who goes by the name of Jeff Munt.
Monty.
And,
Monty the boy.
Yep. And he has asked us, what are our thoughts on Gotham teasing the Joker coming up in the upcoming episodes?
I reckon it's a swerve, and I reckon it's Joker gas, not the Joker. Not his Joker gas, but it's either a form of Joker gas or it's he's going to be arrested while he's wearing a red hood. They'll pull the red hood off. There'll be this kid underneath, but he's not. He's neither the Joker. He's not the Joker. He's just a red hood.
Yeah.
I really hope so.
Because if they're actually giving the Joker a backstory, I want to see Joker. The only way Joker works on this is if he turns up white-faced. White-faced and all like, where did you come from? Why does it matter? Or I came from your nightmares or something like that,
Or just spin some bullshit story and then tell something else, something completely different later.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I didn't like it either. But it has to be a swerve considering they kept talking about how there's going to be these little subtle hints and we're not going to be forthright with who the Joker is. And suddenly this week they're like, "Watch for the Joker! It's the Joker! Have you? It's the Joker! Have you seen the Joker? It's the Joker!
Yeah.
Joker!"
And they can't bring in another massive character that they can't kill off at this point in the first season.
Yeah,
it is going to be far too much.
Yeah,
and the Flying Graysons are coming next episode.
Yeah, and you can't kill them for another
10 years.
Yeah, a little while.
Yeah.
Probably five seasons, another 5
No,
seasons.
in fact, not more than 10, because Robin's year 2, so it'll be 11 or 12 years before they can die.
Yeah, so 6 seasons. Hypothetically, they jumped 2 years each season.
Yeah.
So another 6 seasons.
Well, but by that logic, then it would end with the death of of Dick Grayson's parents. Then the movie, using community logic of 6 seasons in a movie, we get Batman and Robin the movie. Batman and Robin, and then it just I want in parentheses underneath the right one.
Yeah,
the movie,
the right emphasis.
Batman and Robin, no nipples,
no nips. The nipless bats and Robins.
We have Batfleck.
Batfleck.
But yeah, well that was a good question by Monty. What do you guys think? Do you think we're going to get the Joker?
If we do, I'm going to be so worried. I'm very, very worried that they screw this.
I can imagine Braden there watching it, just biting his teeth like a worried mother with their
Yeah.
children at schoolies.
The way he
I'll
feels
shoot me
about
fingers
Joker,
getting enough.
me with Wells. I know how he's feeling.
Yeah, I think you're very much right on the Red Hood deal.
Yeah.
I think that's a very good call.
Fits with the comic book
Yeah.
storyline too
Yeah, it
to do
does.
something like that.
To always have a Red Hood, because there's always
Yeah.
a Red Hood.
Well, that's the thing. The Red Hood was meant to be just this thing that you gave to somebody who was like, you're the distraction.
Absolutely.
You distract the cops while we do what we're actually doing.
Yep.
That's why it was given to the Joker, because it was like, you put this on, you're the distraction, just run around and make noise.
Yeah.
And then he falls
Yeah.
into the vat and is
Yeah.
all like, oh, now I'm white-skinned and green. Ah, and then, or he's like, oh, now I'm not going to wear shoes and grow dreadlocks.
Yeah.
Look like Blanca from Street Fighter without the... He had electricity too. I think the Street Fighter 4, get out your fucking plagiarism book and just go sue this movie. Get the 5 cents that it made in profit.
Yeah.
Well, on that note,
Yeah.
I think we're done for this week.
We're done.
Anything else anyone else wants to bring up?
No.
No? Well, on that note, I guess happy Valentine's Day for all the lovers out there. A big congratulations to Mr. CrossFit on his big achievements. That's excellent. And I guess a hearty good luck to Dr. Bang for tomorrow night. So on that note, it's time to wrap it up on behalf of myself, Red Thunder Adam Gerard, and my cohorts, colleagues, compadres, and crazy men in crime, the Honey Badger Terry O'Neill.
Buenas noches.
And the Dad Knight Braden Ahern.
See you later, guys.
We'll see you next week. Burn.
Burn.
We want to go home now. Let's just fuck it, Bane.
And who are you? I'm Batman. I'm Batman. I'm Batman. I'm Batman. I'm Batman. Yes, I'm Batman.
Telegram. I am Batman.
I'm Batman. I'm Batman. I'm Batman.
You sound like Cookie Monster.
I'm Batman. That's Batman. I'm Batman. I'm Batman.
I'm thirsty. I'm hungry.
I'm Batman. I'm Batman. I'm Batman. I'm Batman.
Darling, I don't have to answer to you. I'm Batman.
I'm totally Batman. Clearly, I am Batman. I am Batman.
This has been a Cabana production.
Ball gag. Ball gag. Ball gag. She's not very professional. You okay?
I haven't taken my meds today.
I think I took a double dosage by accident. I'm actually serious.
Mellow. I'm so fucking mellow.
Mellow. When I sneeze, I feel the need to piss.
Okay.
Just remember this one thing. Ball gag.
I hate you.
I think Adam's going to kill me.
No, I'm trying to get my money.
Oh, okay.